Okay, I was just going to do a video today on some tips on if you're cutting acrylic. First, I was going to show you these little pins that you can put into your honeycomb to stop the smoke or getting trapped underneath, which I'll show you in a minute. I'll peel off the paper on the acrylic and show you if you just leave it sitting on the honeycomb how the smoke builds up in there. And then afterwards I'm going to do a kerf offset on my logo and inlay acrylic into acrylic for my logo, just to show how the kerf offset works, and if you're doing something with acrylic, you know how you would make sure it fits in there nice and tight. So that's what I'm doing for now. So I'd say first thing is these pins, I put lower bed on them because they're going to be sticking out, and you know, just so you can notice them. So I'm going to send these over to the machine and cut these out quickly out of acrylic, and then I'll show you what I'm going to use them for. So I'm just going to select them all. Make my speeds and powers correct for me. 12 speed, 60 power to cut the acrylic. Just going to put 60 maximum and minimum. Okay, change this one to a fill and move it to the top because I want it to fill first. And then I'm going to do my normal one for acrylic is 400 speed at 10 power. If you see my acrylic video, really you don't need a lot of power for acrylic. I'll show you. This should come out nice, the writing. I'll just say 10 maximum, 10 minimum, turn air assist off. I'll leave it at 254 lines per inch. So now I'm just sending these and then I'll be over on the laser. Okay, I've got my bit of acrylic in there. It's just regular acrylic, just cell cast acrylic. I think it's 3/16 inch thick, but that don't really matter too much. When I'm going to send it now, and then when I send it, I'm going to zoom in. I've taken the paper off of both sides so you can see what happens when you have it just flat on the honeycomb like this. And then this is why I'm cutting these standoffs, so that I can keep it up off the honeycomb, and then I'll show the difference with the standoff. So I've got this all focused, it's ready to go, and I'm going to send that. Yeah, if you see what I mean, it built up underneath, and it's actually, some of it's still there. I don't know if you can see it on this camera from here, but if you look underneath these, it's still misty, where it's kind of, you know, collected up the smoke and everything else on the back, and as well it's doing the honeycomb no good. So these, what I just made here. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these is, but this is why I put lower bed on them. I'm going to poke them into the honeycomb here. And why I wrote lower bed is because now it's sticking higher than the laser, just to remind myself to lower that bed down. And then it depends what you're cutting here really. I'm going to cut something on this piece. I'm going to go one there, one there, Yeah, one there, and one there, and now I can rest this across the top here, which will allow the smoke to get cleared out underneath. So I'm going to quickly, just to show, I'm going to just do a circle, a couple little cuts on that corner, just to show the difference. Just make sure for your head that you've got plenty of space, because that's the main thing. If you're doing this, just make sure you remember to lower the bed. Like I say, that's why really you should engrave it on there. Okay, I've just sent two simple squares just to show, and I'm going to go now. And you can see how much cleaner that cut, and I didn't have all the flames like on the other one, because it ain't burning through all this, and all the flashback. If you noticed on the other one, it was flashing every time it goes over one of these. That stops all that. It's really much nicer and cleaner really. This file will be in the description, and then I'll also show you how to make it in case you want to make it yourself as well. It wouldn't be a bad idea just to spray paint these red, just to make sure, because sometimes acrylic's a little bit hard to see like that. And so thanks for watching, and I'll make the kerf offset video in the next couple of days. I'm going to pull these out now so I don't forget myself. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I'll be adding more videos very soon. Thanks again. Alright, it's simple to make these. All you got to do is drag out a square, make it 1 inch by 2 inch, so just make sure that top thing's unlocked. You want 2 inch wide, 1 inch tall, that'll give you that. And then just draw out another square the opposite way, make it 1.25 inches high, and however wide your honeycomb is. So I know mine in millimeters, well, it's about 10 millimeters, but if I do 11 it makes it like nice and tight fit in there. So, and now this 1.25 inches is how long, you know, if that's how long you want it, just line this up right with the bottom line. Easier if you zoom in a bit, gives you a bit more accuracy. It ain't got to be too accurate for this, but, and drag it past a little bit, because now the bottom stays where it is. Select shift and click, so you select both of them, and then align centers just to make sure it's in the center, and then come down in this tools panel and press take everything out of the center, and that'll give you that. And now if you press Control and D, that'll duplicate it, and then where it says rotate up the top there, just type 180 and that'll flip it, and now you can move it along, and then go over them both and duplicate it again, and now you've got 4, and then you can go over them 4, duplicate them again, so however many you want. And then with the writing, you could just do the same really, just type in your writing what you want, and then just duplicate it. Oh, make sure it's on a different layer, because you're going to want that at a different speed. So let me just put this one on a different layer and then duplicate that. You can just duplicate these and move them, or you can probably use the array tool. Now I've got 4 of them, you can actually select the 4 of them, duplicate the 4 of them, and then flip them 180 and move all 4 of them down, and there you go. So yeah, as easy as that. And you've got them made up. All you got to make sure is this width is the same width as your honeycomb. Actually on my ones I did just radius the corners a little bit, just by using that little tool down the bottom, just to help it go into the honeycomb so the kind of corners don't get stuck on it. But yeah, that was it. And actually I did that before I duplicated them or anything, so that you don't have to go through and do it on them all if you do it first. So I'll add this file anyway, my original one up here, and then if you choose to, you can use that one. Thanks for watching, and I'll put another video out as soon as possible.